What if I told you that the glory you've been praying for, the breakthrough, the manifestation, the divine shift, has already been released, but you haven't activated it? For years, believers have been waiting passively for God's glory to fall. But Isaiah 61 isn't a promise about waiting, it's a command to arise. And this morning, I'm going to show you the exact prayer protocol that unlocks what's already yours, the glory that changes everything. Welcome to this transformational teaching on activating the glory of God in your life. I've been studying the prayer methodologies of spiritual giants like David Yonggi Cho, the Korean pastor who built the largest church in history, not through programs or marketing, but through intercessory prayer and believing prayer. His church grew from 5 people in a tent to over 800,000 members, because he understood something most believers miss. Prayer isn't just about asking God for things. It's about activating what God has already released in the spiritual realm. Today's teaching is not theory. It's a protocol, a morning prayer activation based on Isaiah 60, one that will shift you from spiritual dormancy into radiant manifestation. Show visual Isaiah 61 text on screen. If you've been feeling stuck, invisible, or like your prayers are hitting the ceiling, this isn't coincidence. You're here because the Spirit is calling you to arise. And we're going to do that together, step by step, right now. Here's what most believers do every morning. They wake up, maybe mumble a quick "Lord, bless my day," grab their coffee, and rush into the demands of life. Sound familiar? Or maybe you're more disciplined. You pray through a list, your family, your finances, your health. You quote a few scriptures. You ask God to show up in your situation. And then nothing changes. The heaviness remains. The doors stay closed. The glory feels distant. Here's the hidden flaw in that approach. You're praying from your darkness instead of from your light. Let me explain what I mean by this. Isaiah 61 says, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you." Notice the order very carefully. It doesn't say, wait in your weakness until God decides to shine on you. It says, arise, which is a present tense action, and then shine, because the light has already come. Not will come, not might come, has come, past tense, already accomplished. Most prayer lives are built on a paradigm of petition and waiting. God, when will you move? God, when will you break through? God, I'm still in the dark. But this posture keeps you in a passive, receptive state instead of an activated, radiating state. You're essentially telling God, I'm waiting for you to do something, when He's actually saying, I've already done it. Now you need to arise and access it. David Yonggi Cho taught that prayer isn't just asking, it's releasing what's already been deposited in the Spirit. When you pray from a place of, I'm waiting for glory, you're actually praying from unbelief. But when you pray from the glory has risen upon me, and now I arise to meet it, you're praying from alignment with what God has already declared over your life. Think about it this way. If someone deposited $1 million into your bank account, but you never checked your balance, never wrote a check, never used your debit card, would that money benefit you? Technically, it's yours. Legally, it's yours. But functionally, you're living like you're broke because you haven't activated access to what's already there. The problem isn't that God's glory hasn't come. The problem is that you haven't postured yourself to receive and radiate it. You're sitting when you should be standing. You're dim when you should be blazing. You're asking for what you should be activating. So here's the paradigm shift that changes everything. Morning prayer isn't about convincing God to release glory. It's about activating what He's already released. This is the game changer that most believers never discover. Think of it like this. You walk into a dark room. The electrical current is already running through the walls. The power is there. The wiring is complete. The energy is available. But until you flip the switch, you stay in darkness. Isaiah 61 is the switch. And your morning prayer is the flip. You're not creating electricity. You're completing the circuit that allows the power to flow. David Yonggi Cho discovered this principle through what he called the fourth dimension, the realm where faith activates the unseen into the seen. He taught that believers must move beyond intellectual prayer, which is just reciting words or reading from a script, and step into creative, declarative, faith-filled prayer that visualizes and announces what God has already promised. This isn't positive thinking or New Age visualization. This is biblical faith. Hebrews 11:1 says, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Substance means it's real. Evidence means it's provable. Faith doesn't wish for things, it makes them manifest. Here's why this works differently than conventional prayer. When you arise before you feel like arising, when you declare light before you see the light, you're operating in what I call the law of first movement. God responds to faith, not feelings. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the material from which manifestation forms. When you wait to feel different before you pray differently, you're putting the cart before the horse. The feeling follows the faith, not the other way around. Let me break this down practically so you understand the reversal. Most people pray, God, bring your glory into my situation. But the kingdom principle is reversed. God says, my glory has already risen upon you. Now you bring it into your situation. You become the carrier. You become the lamp. You become the distributor of what heaven has already deposited. This is what Jesus meant when he said, you are the light of the world, not you will be, not you're waiting to become, you are, right now, present tense. But a lamp that doesn't acknowledge it's lit stays covered. A lamp that doesn't position itself stays hidden under a basket. You can have all the light in the world inside you, but if you don't arise and let it shine, you and everyone around you stays in darkness. The aha moment is this. Your morning prayer isn't a plea. It's a protocol of activation. You're not begging for something external. You're synchronizing with something already deposited within you by the Holy Spirit. The glory isn't out there in heaven waiting to descend. It's in here waiting to be released through declaration, through agreement, through your willingness to stand up and shine. And when you start your day by consciously, deliberately, and verbally activating Isaiah 61, everything shifts. Your spiritual atmosphere changes. Your mental frequency changes. Opportunities that were invisible suddenly become visible. Doors that were closed suddenly crack open. Why? Because you've stepped into alignment with the glory that's already present. You've activated the circuit. You've flipped the switch. All right, let's get practical. Here's the exact morning prayer protocol to activate Isaiah 61 glory. I'm going to walk you through this step by step so you can do this tomorrow morning. Show visual, the 3-step activation protocol. Step 1, arise in your body. Physical activation before you pray a single word. Stand up. I'm serious. Don't pray this lying in bed or sitting slumped over. Your posture matters more than you think. The word arise in Hebrew is kum. It means to stand, to establish, to confirm, to be made firm. It's not just a spiritual concept. It's a physical action that triggers spiritual reality. Stand with your feet planted shoulder width apart, shoulders back, head up, spine straight. Take 3 deep breaths, in through your nose, out through your mouth. As you breathe, say internally, I arise. I am awake. I am present. The glory of the Lord has risen upon me. This physical act breaks the lethargy of sleep, the grogginess of the soul, and signals to your spirit, we are engaging heaven now. Your body, soul, and spirit need to be in agreement. You can't activate glory from a position of slumber. Example, when I do this personally, I literally stand facing east toward the rising sun as a prophetic act. I'm telling my whole being, the Son of Righteousness has risen with healing in his wings, and I'm positioning myself to receive. This isn't superstition, it's symbolic alignment. You're declaring that as surely as the sun rises every morning, God's glory is rising on you. Step 2. Declare the light. Verbal activation now. Speak Isaiah 61 out loud, but not as a wish or a hope, as a declaration of present reality. Words create worlds. Your tongue has the power of life and death, according to Proverbs 18:21. When you speak, you're releasing creative force into the atmosphere. Say this out loud with conviction. I arise, I shine, for my light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon me. Darkness may cover the earth, and deep darkness the peoples, but the Lord arises upon me, and his glory is seen upon me. Nations shall come to my light, and kings to the brightness of my rising. Notice the pronouns. Make it personal. Make it present. This isn't abstract theology. This is your identity in this moment. Don't pray it like you're reading someone else's mail. This is your scripture. This is your promise. This is your reality. Then declare the specific areas you need glory to invade. Be specific. General prayers get general results. Specific prayers get specific manifestations. Say, I arise in my finances. Provision flows to me because the glory is upon me. Divine opportunities see me. Favor finds me. Resources are attracted to the light in me. I arise in my health. Divine vitality radiates through me because the light has come. Every cell in my body responds to the glory. Sickness and disease have no place where glory dwells. I arise in my relationships. Favor and reconciliation manifest because his glory is seen on me. People are drawn to the light. Misunderstandings dissolve. Divine connections form. I arise in my purpose. Clarity and direction flood my mind because I am illuminated from within. I see what I couldn't see. I know what I need to know. I move where I need to move. Important tip, don't rush this. Let each declaration settle. You're not performing a religious ritual. You're activating spiritual frequencies. You're tuning your spirit to the frequency of heaven. Each declaration is like adjusting a radio dial until you lock into the signal clearly. Step 3, visualize the radiance. Spiritual activation. Now close your eyes. Visualize, see with your inner eye, a brilliant golden light pouring down from above, like a pillar of fire and glory, landing on the crown of your head and flooding through your entire body. See it filling your chest, your mind, your hands, your feet. See it radiating outward from you in all directions like waves of light expanding in a circle. See yourself as a lighthouse in the middle of a dark ocean, your light cutting through fog, guiding ships to safety, illuminating hidden paths. Hold this image for 60 seconds. As you do, pray in tongues if you have that gift, or simply say repeatedly, I receive, I radiate, I release. This triad is important. Receive the glory from above, radiate it through your being, release it into your world. This isn't imagination. This is faith vision. The same tool David Yonggi Cho used to see a church of 1 million people before a single person was added. He would visualize the building, the people, the services, and then his faith would pull that reality from the spiritual realm into the natural realm. You're doing the same thing. You're seeing yourself as God sees you, full of glory, full of light, full of power. Once you've mastered the basic activation protocol, here's how to level up and deepen your experience. Add worship music. Play an instrumental worship track during step 3. Music shifts atmospheres faster than almost anything else. It accelerates spiritual breakthrough because it creates an environment where the presence of God moves freely. I recommend soaking music or prophetic instrumental worship. Journal the glory. After your activation, take 5 minutes to write down 3 things. First, what did I sense during the prayer? Did you feel warmth, peace, energy, or receive any impressions. Second, what specific glory do I expect to see today? Name it. Third, what action will I take in faith alignment? Faith without works is dead. What will you do today that demonstrates you believe the glory is upon you? This practice anchors the invisible into the visible. It moves prayer from the ethereal to the practical. Integrate throughout the day. Set 3 alarms on your phone, 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m. When they go off, pause for 30 seconds and repeat, I arise, I shine, the glory is upon me. This keeps you in activated mode instead of drifting back into passive spirituality. You're reminding your spirit of what you declared in the morning. You're maintaining the frequency. Pray it over others. Speak Isaiah 61 over your spouse, your children, your co-workers. Become a glory activator for your community, not just yourself. Say, I declare Isaiah 61 over name. Arise, shine, your light has come. The more you release it over others, the more it multiplies in your own life. It's a kingdom principle. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Now let's talk about what you'll face, because I want you to be prepared for the resistance that comes when you start activating glory. Challenge first. I don't feel anything. Good. This isn't about feelings. It's about faith. The glory is present whether you feel tingles or not. Your feelings are the last thing to catch up. First comes the word, then comes faith, then comes action, then comes manifestation, and finally comes feeling. Don't let the absence of emotion convince you nothing is happening. Keep declaring. Results follow consistency, not emotion. David Yonggi Cho prayed the same prayers for 3 years before his church exploded in growth. 3 years of declaring what he couldn't see. Challenge second. My circumstances haven't changed yet. Manifestation has a gestation period. Every seed has a season between planting and harvest. David Yonggi Cho often said, the 4th dimension breakthrough takes time to materialize in the 3rd dimension. There's a gap between the spiritual release and the natural manifestation. Give it 21 days of consistent activation. That's the biblical cycle for habit formation and spiritual breakthrough. 3 weeks, don't quit on day 19. Challenge third, I forget to do it. Set your alarm 15 minutes earlier than usual. Make this non-negotiable, like brushing your teeth or taking a shower. You wouldn't skip oral hygiene because you're too busy. Don't skip spiritual activation. This is more important than breakfast, more important than checking your phone, more important than the news. First things first. Seek first the kingdom and his righteousness, and everything else gets added. Remember, you're not trying to create glory. You're uncovering what's already there. Every morning you activate Isaiah 61, you're pulling back the veil a little more. Be patient with the process. Be persistent in the practice. Be expectant of the outcome. Here's the truth that I want you to walk away with today. The glory you've been waiting for has been waiting for you. It's been hovering over your life like the Spirit hovering over the waters in Genesis, ready to settle, ready to shine. But it needed you to arise. It needed you to give it permission through your declaration. It needed you to create space through your faith. This morning prayer protocol isn't magic. It's not a formula. It's alignment. And alignment is where miracles happen. When what God has said lines up with what you're saying, when heaven's reality meets earth's declaration, breakthrough is inevitable. So here's what I want you to do. Subscribe to this channel if you want more prayer activations and kingdom protocols that actually work. These aren't devotionals, these are strategies. Hit the like button if this resonated with your spirit. That tells the algorithm to share this with more people who need it. And drop a comment below. What's the one area of your life where you need Isaiah 61 glory to manifest? Is it your finances, your health, your relationships, your calling? Write it down. I'll be praying over every single response, and I believe you're going to start seeing breakthrough. Tomorrow, we're diving into the 4 a.m. prayer secret that opens heavens. Don't miss it. Now go arise, go shine, the glory is upon you.